All right, welcome back. Now, hopefully you did the math, right? I know, where's the fun in math? It's funny, I was terrible in math as a kid, still pretty bad about it. I have to use the old iPhone calculator, but interestingly enough, now my income is basically derived from math, measuring response rates, amount per client, average lifetime, amount per transaction, so forth and so on. It's crazy. The irony is, I'm terrible at math as a kid, all right? Only reason I graduated high school is because Miss Williamson, my college algebra teacher in high school, weird, I know. I guess that was so the private school could charge more by just putting college in front of the course name, right? Anyway, failed it. She just kind of erased the failing grade and put a C- in there so I could graduate. So she'd be the hell rid of me, I think. And now, do math for a living, basically. Measuring response rates, opt-in rates, conversion rates, lifetime value per customer, average size of transaction for multiple clients across the world. Pretty funny. Thank God the iPhone comes with a calculator. That's all I can say. So hopefully you did the math and you know how many clients you can conceivably service based on your terms to have the quality of life that you want, right? Now, what we're going to do here, more math, to help you determine how much you might want to charge per client. And I'll give this to you, we might need to adjust some things, right? You might find that you can't meet your needs working the hours that you thought you could, et cetera, or you might find that, hey, you don't even need to work all these hours. Both of those are okay. We're trying to establish some rough guidelines, all righty? So, let's figure out how much money you gotta make, right? And then you can pad it accordingly. So, let's cover the basics. Rent/mortgage, so we'll put here $15,000 a month, right? If you live in California, this is normal. If you live in other parts of the world, you can get a 2 square foot home for less than this. But here in California, if you're $15,000 a month, you basically get a shoebox, a couple of rats, and some property taxes for that, right? So whatever yours is, we'll put it here. Mine is embarrassingly more than this. Let's see, staff for business. If you got you some staff in business, you need to pay them, damn it. So figure out how much they cost you. So I'll just arbitrarily put like $6,000 here, all right? Okay, your cars, hey, whatever your expenses are, if you have, and this is per month, incidentally, we're doing this all on a monthly basis, because we want to figure out what your monthly income needs to be. So however many cars you've got or you want, go ahead and figure that out now. You want to get yourself a new Rolls Royce for $5,000 a month, factor it in. If you don't care and you're happy with the cars you have, which I hope you are, then factor it in, whatever it needs to be, right? So cars, we'll put down here, I don't know, let's say you got you some fancy cars, $3,000 a month, who knows, right? Business miscellaneous, right? This is your cable modem. This is your Infusionsoft account. This is your lead pages. These are all tools I'm going to help you use, by the way. This is your Facebook ads, whatever it may be, right? Let's just say this is $1,000. I have no idea what yours is. Embarrassingly, don't even know what mine are. Thankfully, these people figure that stuff out for me. Now your home miscellaneous, right? This is your insurance, your car insurance, your power bill, your light bill, all that stuff. Go ahead and figure that stuff out. You probably don't know, do you? I bet you don't. I don't know. That's why we have spouses, right? Ask your spouse. They know. If they don't know, your host, right? Guess. Okay, so miscellaneous home stuff. Let's put another $2,500 here. Whatever it may be for you is okay. Right now, fun. Naturally, we should budget for fun. We should budget for fun before we budget for any of this other crap, right? So hey, you like to go shopping? You like to go out on the town, get a little wild and loose, right? You like to go hog wild crazy, like in that movie The Hangover? Got to pay some people to bury those bodies, all right? Whatever it may be, keep those skeletons in the closet, pay your blackmail money, whatever it happens to be, we need to budget for fun. Let's have us a lot of fun. I'll figure $10,000 a month for fun. I am literally arbitrarily pulling this from the ethers, obviously. I don't budget $10,000 a month for fun. You know how much it costs me to have fun? It's about a half a tank of gas because I drive a quarter mile to the beach and a surfboard, which I already own. So that's about it. But you might have some expensive tastes, okay? Now food, you might want to eat out. You might want to spend $500 or $600 a week going out to them fancy restaurants with your loved ones. Okay, so let's say $2,000 a month for the food, groceries, etc. School, private school for the kids. What's private school? Some of my kids in public school. It's pretty good here in the California, wherever you want to do. Let's say, was it $25,000 a year? So divided by 12 is what we'll say $2,500 a month. So fancy school for kids, $2,500 a month, whatever it may be. I wonder if you can hear that hammering going on right now. It's either the hammering next door or it's the hostages. You decide. Vacation. What we want to do right now is figure out how much you want to spend annually on your vacations, factor it in for the month. Let's say you want to spend $100,000 a year on vacations, just blow it out. Take the kids to Bora Bora, swim with some dolphins, whatever you want to do, right? That's going to cost you, depending on the size of your family, about 50 grand. Let's double it, let's say 100 grand, so you're at around $9,000 a month on your vacation budget. Okay, and then home staff. You got you one of them nannies, you got you one of them maids, whatever it may be. We'll figure 3,000, right? Now, probably this is a lot more than anyone in their right mind is going to spend and budget. But hey, what the hell, right? So now it's time to add all of this stuff up and get this total, okay? Right, add it all up. This is $54,000 a month. You know what we forgot? Advertising. Let's throw $10,000 a month in advertising. God forbid you actually have to do that consistently to get clients. If you do, you're doing something wrong, but I would rather overplan than underplan, right? So I will just say 10,000. I don't want to freak you out. I don't recommend you just go out and start spending 10 grand a month, but you might want to be fancy. You never know. You might have a big old ego. You might want to put ads about yourself in Success Magazine or something, be like, hi, I'm fancy. I'm a consultant and you should hire me because you saw me in Success Magazine, or whatever, or Playboy. You never know, whatever kind of business you're in, right? So we'll put another extra 10 grand a month here for advertising. God help us if you have to spend that much money. I really don't think you will, so please don't panic. So now you got a total of $64,000. Great. So now all you got to do is make $64,000 a month and all will be well, right? No, it won't, because we got to pay taxes. Now, here's why I suggest we budget for taxes. First thing about taxes, pay them. Just pay them. Tip them if you have to, so they'll leave you alone, because you don't want to get on the wrong side of the government. Trust me, been there. Anything's got 3 letters in the name, you just want to say, hello, nice to see you. I hope you have the best life ever. Here's everything that you could possibly ever want. Please don't kill me. Okay, so with taxes, I'm not a CPA, right? So instead of figuring out all this kind of crap that can be deducted, I'm going to say you need to make 50% more than what you thought just to pay the taxes on the money that you make. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong, but hey, better to plan for it now, right? So we'll add another $32,000 to this. So now we have a revised total of $96,000. Okay? So now what we got to do is make $96,000 a month and we'll be happy. That's just barely over $1 million a year. It's not that big of a deal. We do that, all our worries are over, right? Wrong, okay? Because who needs to get paid before anybody? You. You need to pay yourself first. I don't mean more money so you can go shopping, more vacation stuff. I mean money to put aside for the future, for your investments, for your children. Yes, I know, this is a shockingly rare moment of fiscal responsibility being demonstrated by your old boy Kern, but I got 3 kids, by God. You might have yourself a couple too, or you may one day, or maybe some nieces or nephews or somebody you want to take care of, or maybe just yourself. But why don't we go ahead and budget in some investment money for you to set aside for a rainy day or for when you're old and decrepit like Dan Kennedy. I hope he never sees this, he'll kill me. I couldn't possibly be a bigger Dan Kennedy fan, but I do like to tease him about being older than me. So let's budget another $25K to pay yourself, to put in your retirement, whatever you want to do. Yes, talk to a financial planner. No, obviously I'm not a CPA. My tax number is probably horribly wrong. I'm just giving you some rough ideas of how to think about your actual, real monthly budgeting and not this random bullshit that you might have been led to believe is all you need to make. We always probably need to make more than we think we do. So let's pay yourself another $25K. Boom, which equals now 121,000 American dollars per month. So, with this hypothetical scenario coming from someone who is clearly not a financial planner or a tax attorney or a CPA, please seek professional advice before trying to do any of those types of decisions, right? We have a preliminary real income goal to cover all your hopes and desires, pay your taxes like a responsible American, and set aside some money for retirement. $121,000. To some, that might seem unreasonably high. To some, you might be thinking, if only that was all I had to make per month, I could just coast, right? If you're thinking that, I know how you feel, believe me. Okay, so 121K. Well, Now, how do we figure out what you might want to charge? Well, remember that magic number of the amount of clients you could possibly take on to still maintain your quality of life that you wanted? Our number was 40 from the example that I gave you. Your number is whatever it is, assuming you did the math earlier, right? That's why I put a little pause between these two modules. You could take a little break, get out the pen and paper, do a little math, you're good to go. So now all we got to do, with a flourish of the pen, is divide this by 40 clients to get a grand total of, survey says, $3,000. So now, if you were charging $3,021, can I leave this in? I think it'll be fine. What I meant to say was 3,000, I was under the impression there would be no math in today's video, right? $3,025. If you charge $3,025 per month per client and you had 40 clients, that would yield you the lifestyle that you want, the fiscally responsive lifestyle, the retirement even that you want as well when you're tired of working, right? So, what's your number? What's your potential price per client? This is how you figure that stuff out. Don't do it willy-nilly, haphazardly. Don't do it based on what other people are doing, based on your needs, your situation, what's best for you, right? So, let me ask you a question. Remember I said world number 2, results and value. In this particular case, now your number is whatever it is, right? So I don't know how many clients you need. I don't know what all this stuff is for you. Only you do. But after doing all of this stuff, you've come to this number, how much you're going to need to charge per client based on your initial projections, right? So let me ask you a question. It's just us talking, okay? Is the result that you can get for your client worth, in this case, $3,025 per month? If it is worth as much and hopefully significantly more, then you're gold, right? Then you're good. Because typically speaking, 99 times out of 100, it's not hard to find a buyer for something that is truly worth the price, right? It's just looking in the right place for that buyer. So, let me ask you, how much do you need to meet your goals? In my case, my net income goal for consulting business is only $175,000. I really don't want that many more clients. So I'll give you a little hint of how my work week really goes. So for me, specifically, right, because, dude, if you're talking to 20 people a week, you can do it. I've done it, right? But it could be a lot of people to manage. You might need some help. You might need a little bit more in this business staff category, right? But for me, I'm pretty much cool with $175,000 a month. I'm all right with that. That allows me to pay some taxes, put some money aside, have a good life, fancy house, fancy cars, all that crap, right? Still have a little bit left over. So, $175,000 a month is the income goal. It's actually been more before, but I cut back on some clients, so I didn't want to work that hard, you know? So $175,000 a month. Now I divide my average client, $9,750. Per month, that means I only needed 18 clients. That means I talked to 9 of them a week, which is awesome, which means I talk to 2 per day, which means really I work 90 minutes on that business every day. Now, strangely, this has been happening of late. Clients have come to me saying, you know, we're really happy with what you've been doing. We want you to have a piece of our business. So it's likely that over time, I will have 1 or 2 on a partnership basis, and I'll just be the guy behind the scenes doing the marketing for these larger companies and institutions, which we can talk about how to engineer and structure those deals later. But for now, this is how you manage all this stuff, right? So if the question of, is your result of equal or greater value than the number you came up with here? If the answer is yes, you're gold. If the answer is no, we got some work to do, right? So if the answer is no, then you're going to need to work more, right? Or you're going to need to find another area of expertise to specialize in that is more valuable. Or you're going to need to study really close attention in Module 6 when we talk about ancillary streams of revenue. But this is how we structure it, right? So by now, at the end of all of this, you should have your magic number. the amount of clients that you need to make your income goals. Now, next week, we're going to talk about choosing the proper marketplace, like really specifically where to find these people, how to reach these people, right? And then we'll talk about in the following week the bribes to put in front of them so they become your leads, etc. But for now, I just wanted you to get a game plan of exactly what the goal is we're shooting for, because if we don't know the goal, we can't get there now, can we? Right? So 40 clients, 20 clients, 15 clients, 18 clients, 100 clients, whatever you want. Now we know how much those clients are worth. Now we know how much you need to charge per client. Next week, we're going to talk about where to find them. But before we go, I want to tell you about some tools. So I'm going to end this little module, and then I'm going to do a quick module for you here in a second, walking you through some of the tools that we're going to use in this business to run the whole thing. Okay? I'll see you in a sec.